Oh, okay. So he
Oh.
just like it's not Ricky. Never mind. Never mind.
It's a
Hey.
hammerhead shark, so he has to like turn his head all the way side to side to see things.
Hey,
So
hey, Shark Man. Uh, your name's not Ricky, right?
it's Lester. But why are you asking me that? Does it stick up? Put your hands up.
Oh, thanks
Uh,
for giving me your
Oh,
name.
okay,
Left.
Lester,
It is
hands
your
are up.
turn.
Uh, so, Lester, I wanted to know, where are you doing the robbery? Do you need money? Like, what's...
Do you want food?
We can talk this
Sorry.
out, you know?
Uh,
They have just such a sweet little
you're making
bakery.
coffee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So, we can talk it out. What do you need?
He actually walks up to you and says, "I want your money," and puts the knife up to your neck.
Oh, no need to get violent.
Uh, would you want some food too?
I don't want your food. I just want your money. And you, small child, butt out of it. As he
Violent?
kicks you
Oh,
left. No, not left. He kicks you, Kit. And Kit, can you do me a dexterity check? See if you can dodge it.
11.
Oh, okay. So you're lucky this guy sucks. That's more. And he does miss you, but he hits and breaks to the counter. So you are lucky you maybe got missed by it. Left, is that all you want to do? Talk? You don't want to? You don't want to fight this guy?
um. Okay. Yeah, I know what I want to do.
Yeah, go for it.
Um. Okay. So I cast Phantasmal Force to here. Let me check out exactly what it does again.
Yeah, read it out for the class. Phantasmal Force.
All right. So I create an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that I can see. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. If he fails, then I can create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of my choice that's no larger than a 10-foot cube and perceivable only to the target. Um, and it can the phantasm includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli, evident only to them. And basically, they are convinced that the phantasm is real. It rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with it, and the
Now,
target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence check.
so he has to
And
succeed an intelligence check.
so right now he must make an intelligence saving throw.
He instantly fails.
Okay. So I want to create an illusion of his mother looking very disappointed in him.
What was his name again? Dude, I already forgot his list. I mean, this character 2
His name is
seconds
Lester.
ago.
Lester.
Lester. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for
Lester.
reminding me of Lester. Okay, so Lester, in utter horror, drops to the ground. He drops both his knives, and he looks up. Mister, look, Robin again. You're just like your father. You're a failure. What are you doing? You should have went to the College of Arts like I told you to do. No, Mama, please stop. I can't take all this ridicule and this hatred towards me. I already hate myself enough. Yeah, well, you should hate yourself. I don't know why we sound the same, but we do. And with that, Lester sits there and starts crying, and he goes into fetal position, having submitted himself to his mother's words. What the fuck,
Here,
Ollie? How?
I'd like to approach him and give him a 5 gold, saying, "Here, use this to get back on your feet, okay? And please make your mama proud."
And with that, Lester looks at you and says, "No one's ever believed in me before. Wow, I could really just have this 5 gold too."
Yeah, of course. It's yours.
"You're right." And he stands up proud, his chest popped out. "You're right. I gotta do something to clean up my act. I can't just be this horrible person who mugs wonderful bakeries, which, by the way, this is probably like the best bakery in the sun on like this street. It's really good. You guys should definitely kudos to Haggle over there. Hey Haggle, you look great." You can hear the guy with the fish head just start gargling. "Yeah, you guys are right. I'm going to get myself straightened out, and I'm going to go to college with these 5 gold.
Yeah, you
Thank
got
you.
this.
What's your name, mister?"
You know, just for you, my name is Lef, but there are also those who know me as Graggle.
"Wow. Lef Graggle. I like it. All right, Mr. Graggle. And thank you, small child, for also believing in me. I'm going to go and fulfill what I was meant to do. I'm coming." And he runs away, coming out of the store with his 5 golds.
I don't know if I should feel offended or proud. I guess
I'm proud of the little guy. I believe in him.
Okay. And with that, the people in the store, before all like kind of like perturbed a bit, kind of start getting up, and they start like whispering to themselves like, "Hush, do you hear that? Lev, Graggle, do you guys hear that? Graggle, the guy's name is Graggle." And the shop clerk, she tells you guys, "Wow, we've never had anyone defend a shop before here. Who are you?" As they look at you, Lef.
I'm just a professional bread liker. I'm a bread critic, and I've went to your store to review your bread, and I gotta say it's a 10 out of 10.
Roll for performance.
Wouldn't
Oh,
that
that's
be
happening.
deception?
that would be deception.
No, I want to make this performance because this feels like he's putting on a show. You know, like there's jazz hands and everything
I
to
got a
this.
nat 20.
Holy
Oh.
shit! They're like, "Wow,
Graggle, the
I didn't know
professional bread reviewer.
I didn't know bread reviewers like saved people. You're like a bread hero."
If the bread was that good, my power increases when I get good bread, and I just had some of the best bread of my life.
Lef
I
is
just
not a
like to
real
say I'm in the
character,
corner and
guys.
just shaking my head.
He's not fucking a real guy. What the fuck?
Lef is the friends we made along the way.
Everyone over in the thing was like, yeah. They say his name was Graggle. Do you guys hear Graggle? And everyone's like, Graggle, 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 and everyone starts cheering for Graggle. It's a very odd sight to see, but one of the people who are chanting, they leave the store and they start going to other stores, and they start saying, "Hey, there's a guy named Graggle. He loves bread apparently, but like he protects stores. He doesn't let them get robbed." And and lots of stores are like starting to hear that, and are starting to put out like little signs that like say, "Graggle is welcome. Graggle is welcome here. Free entry for Graggle," like stuff like that. So Ollie, your name is getting Lef. Your name is actually getting put as Graggle everywhere, as it seems that the people of Enza's Rest, especially this district, have never had a hero before protect them.
Thank you.
So word
I
gets
am
out
but
quickly.
a humble bread enjoyer.
Okay. You guys leave the store. You didn't even have to pay for the bread. You guys got another dozen of bread, so 12 pieces of bread for free.
Nice.
Sweet orc bread.
I'd like to say before we left, I wanted to cast Mending on where he caused damage, and I also wanted to ask if I could get like a small dozen, or not dozen, but like a small bit of berry bread.
Oh. As the clerk is going to the side just to grab some of the berry bread, they have the little glove and they're putting it inside the bag, and she starts a little bit of small talk with you. You don't really get people like you folk around here a lot. You guys are definitely not from Enza, right?
I would say no. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. People don't really do the whole saving thing or heroism thing over here. We're kind of considered we're a little isolated from the rest of the world, so people just kind of ignore us. Because of that, the place is ridden with crime. As she ties up the bag of bread. Hey,
Hey,
Mm.
I just
you and
like it when people are happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I don't think we want anybody in fear of anybody else.
you kids are good folks. Come by down to the shop anytime. I'll always treat you to something.
Definitely
Aw,
will be back.
thank you.
Mhm.
And hey, you guys are heroes.
She kind of just smiling from ear to ear while accepting the bread.
Yeah. I'm stuffing my mouth with bread.
Save some for the road.
All right, as you guys make your way to walk back, you guys meet up with Carmilla, who seems to have also come back from a walk she was having. Seems that she just had breakfast. As you can see, that there is a large smear of blood from her right cheek.
Carmilla, hey, you kind of have something on your face.
It's fine. What are you guys up to?
Well, Left over here. Well, we were both at a bread shop just now, and Left's kind of talked down a robber.
Yeah, we just got some bread. And I helped the guy maybe get himself back on the road.
We're now considered heroes.
Well, it seems like you guys had an interesting morning already.
Yeah. How about you?
Nothing really. Just had something to eat. That's really it so far. Just ran into you guys.
I think we gotta fix that. Want to go on an adventure and explore the city with us?
Sure.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places I haven't gone to yet.
Can I do an investigation check to see if Arali is watching us? Because I know for a fact she wouldn't not be around.
Yes, go for it. Investigate.
I got an 11.
Okay. So you try to actively look for Ralia, but you don't really see them at all. Kind of like you're doing the whole like you put your hand over your eyes and like you're doing like looking around, but you can't see them. As Carmilla and Lef are just having a conversation, and you get a tap on your shoulder.
Oh, my turn.
And it's Aralia. Aralia, you right behind Kit.
Hey, I was just, hanging out here.
Are you
What?
following me again?
Uh, yeah, maybe a little.
Expected that.
I told you not to wander off alone.
We actually cut to a small scene of as you and Left entered the. Auralia can see that you guys went into the bread building. They kind of like trailed behind, but as they were like getting to the door, they just see a guy running out with 5 pieces of gold, chanting that he's going to make something of himself.
Yeah. I needed to make sure you were okay, but I guess you guys had that handled. I've actually been to that bread shop a couple times. I really like I think it's like berry bread.
I kind of figured, and I kind of go in the bag that they put the berry bread and just, I got you this since you haven't eaten yet.
Oh, thank you. And like you could see like a little like blush go across Aurelia's face.
No, come on. Neff wants to explore the city.
Can we take a look at these documents first? Or if you guys want, I can stay behind and just check it out. And I'll catch up with you.
Oh, sure. You can take your time.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you guys back, so you can go ahead and explore, and I'll stay back here and read these documents, see if there's any like clues or places we should stop at. And then when I catch up with you, I'll let you guys know.
Got it. I'll let everybody else know. Be safe.
I will.
All right. With that, you guys go off to explore the city a bit. I'll have you know that aside from for you, because you guys can't tell the time inside of Enzo's rest, it's currently 2 a.m. in the morning. Let's return over to Elliot, who's currently been exploring the nighttime city. You see a couple of shops, a couple of people walking by, lots of different alleys, which seems a lot of different crimes happening here and there. But one in particular catches your eye. You see a frail woman who seems to be being mugged and taken advantage of by a tall, strange orc man. What do you do, Elliot?
Yeah, can I like investigate, see if this whole strong orc man has a weapon on him?
Yeah, go for it. With
Okay.
advantage, because he has no idea you're in there.
Sick. Okay. Be 16.
16. Okay. You investigate his body, and you notice that he does have a small knife that's in his bottom boot. Bottom right boot, actually.
Alright.
Nothing special. Just seems to be a normal iron dagger.
Does he... Hold on. So that's the only weapon I see on him, right?
Yep, because it seems he doesn't really conceal anything, since he just seems to be in only a literal like leotard and
Okay.
furry boots. Yeah.
And he's like very obviously like aggressing towards this woman, right?
Yeah, you can, if you overhear his conversation, he's like, "Come on, babe, just give me a little something." And you can very clear she's not having what he wants.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is
You won't expect.
So theoretically, an attack would have advantage, correct?
An attack
If
with
he-
what?
Have advantage if he doesn't.
Yes,
He doesn't
because
know
he has
I'm
no
there.
idea you're there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to like hurt him, but I would like to throw a dagger at his foot
Okay.
with my left
You're not
hand
trying to.
so it can come back. I just kind of want to like get his attention and like drag his attention away from the woman.
Okay. Give me a performance check, because you're not trying to hurt him, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, give me performance. And actually, give me intimidation.
Intimidation. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's a 5.
It's with advantage. It's with advantage. Remember.
Okay, yay!
Remember, it's with it because you're not. I was about to say. Oh wait, did you do it? That's the second roll, or that's the first roll?
17.
Much better. I was gonna go. So sour.
That's 17.
So just so you guys know, the first hour of our session was not recording, so recording the audio. So I just wanted you guys to know depression.
No.
That was a good. Why is it always the good shit that doesn't get recorded? It's always it misses somehow the really, really good shit. I just read Makika's message.
And ended up happening was that, I'll explain it real quick, was that Discord will randomly change which client the sound comes out of, because when you have Discord open, there's like 2 clients, so it'll like randomly change which one the sound comes out of. So midway it changed it. So the first.
Is there a way
We
for you
hate
to have
Discord.
both clients like recording? Like it has audio channels for both?
Yeah, you're smart. I can add another audio channel and have both of them.
For the future. Yeah, just to have it so in case it flips between one or at least like from one of the audio channels the audio is coming from. Is coming somewhere.
I'll do that. That's actually I didn't fucking think of that. Alright.
It's okay.
It's all good. All right. So, you throw your knife and it lands perfectly, like right in between the guy and the orc and the small lady. And like he's startled. You can like see he's a little spook. He flinches actually and falls a little behind, like he trips and falls on his butt. And he like looks over to where the knife came from, and he just sees this tall looming presence of a pale figure as you walk towards them, kind of piercing through the shadows. As there was kind of like a small spotlight there at the moment. As you kind of start to walk into the spotlight, they can see your piercing red eyes and your radiant white luminescent skin. What do you do, Elliot? They can see you here.
Well, I just want to walk up to the woman and say, "Hey, you just go home. You're fine. Go home."
She's a little shaken, but dies. It was so scary, actually. That Kit died. They weren't even there, but they died. Now they came back to life because they need to see what happened. So, very hesitantly, she's like shaking in her boots a little. She like hears you out, and she like starts kind of like crawling against the wall, and then she books it and runs away from the alley. And you're alone with this guy. And this guy goes from fear to anger that, you know, his what would have been his night out was ruined. Hey, what's your problem, lady? You're freaking looking. He's like tries to scrabble himself up. That was my score.
Okay, so before I do anything crazy, this is a dark alleyway.
Yes.
Nobody's actively looking into it, correct?
Roll for perception.
Perception, okay. Yeah. Oh, come on. 19.
19. Okay. You take a look around. It seems there's not really anyone in it. The side that leads to the main street seems to be too jumbled with people for people to actually notice anything in the alley.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of like look down, put my hand on my stomach a little bit, like rub it a little. You know, my problem is that I'm like really hungry, and you kind of seem like an asshole, so I'm not really gonna feel bad about this, and just lunge at him.
What do you mean, bad about what? And with that lunge, roll me a d6.
D6, okay. My little cube. Look, I
Little
don't pull all
cube.
of my dice out of my bag every time, so I apologize. Da-da-da. So that's a 1.
Okay. You deal 1 damage to him, but and you feed a bit.
Okay.
The guy is slightly startled. There's enough damage to keep him down, though, and he kind of shoves you off and is like, "What the fuck, lady?" And he like touches his around his neck, and he feels like there's blood leaking from his neck. Oh, you're going to get it. Roll for what's it called? For initiative.
It's a 12.
Okay, Pog. He goes first. So he takes a moment and he kind of starts walking aggressively towards you, and he pulls out his knife. And hold on. What's your charisma?
My charisma?
Yeah.
It's 11.
Okay, so luckily he rolls a 4. So he tries with his boots slightly, like his legs slightly quivering. He
You
pulls
mean
his
my
knife
armor
out.
class?
No, I'm looking for your charisma because he's trying to intimidate you.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay. I was like, what?
He only rolled a 4. So he's like a little quivering. He's shaking his knife in his hand. He's like, "You're a freak!" And he's like tries to intimidate you with it, but you don't seem to be very phased at all by his actions. And that ends his turn.
Dude, you were the least scary thing I think I've ever seen. I'm just gonna legend him again.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
That was a 4.
Okay, you did 4 damage. That's 5 damage in total. So you drain a lot of his blood this time. He is bloodied. And he's on the ground, like, now he's starting to writhe and you can feel his veins pulsating. It's like, what are you doing to me? Would you like to feed again, Elliot?
No.
Ooh, okay. Let him live another day.
I'm just gonna say, like I said, I was hungry. You're kind of an asshole. Just don't forget about this.
He shakes his head violently up and down, like, yeah. And with that, you can see him try to scamper his way up, and he scurries, tripping over himself a couple of times, but he runs away. The voices are now gone, and your hunger satiated. Elliot, your max speed is recuperated to 45, and you're back to full strength again.
Dick. Okay.
Where'd you go to now?
I'm gonna make my way back to the castle.
Okay.
Feeling good.
Okay. As you make your way back to the castle, we go back to Ajax, who has just returned to the castle at the main entrance with Celotus.
Yippee. I guess we just walk towards my room. How much time do you say happened from the meeting till now?
It was 12 midnight, and roughly around that 12 midnight, while you were doing your thing, Maribel was doing their thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like an hour or two, like 2 hours so far.
Okay.
2-ish hours. I'd say it's 2:30 because it took Elliot probably around those 2 hours and 3 minutes to find someone, eat them, and come back.
Eat them.
Everything's been happening at
Sorry.
night so far. Just like to give an idea, because though it's like it seems like there's an order. It's really like all these things are just happening that you guys are
Like
doing at the same time.
simultaneously.
Yeah, it's because you guys are
No.
in different places. You guys don't.
I wasn't asking because of this, because to say that they have to guard for another 3 hours.
Yes, 30 more minutes.
Exactly. I just walk into my room, with my cat on my arm, and I just
Uh-huh.
look at him for a second. It's like, well, at least I got to distract you for most of what was remaining of your guard.
He gives you like a soft chuckle and is like, I guess you're right. and he looks at you. He like actually stands in front of you for a moment before you guys enter your room, and he like looks at you like straight on. You can see like the hollows of his mask. When I was little, my older sister used to do this when I felt not so great about things. And then he hugs you. It's like just for a quick moment, and then he kind of pushes you away with his hands on your shoulder. It's like, okay, I hope that makes you feel better.
It did.
You don't notice, but you do. His tail is like slightly, like swaying a little side to side, like it's like sweeping the floor a little. But as you do that, you see his like head perk up, and he turns towards the door of your room because he could hear something entering the room.
Ooh.
He puts a hand on your chest and says, "Stay here." As he takes from his holster the strange device again, which you now know as it's called a magical hand cannon,
Okay.
powered with the magic that he uses.
Mm-hmm.
And he locks it again. He like clicks up the hammer, and he opens slowly the door to see Elliot. You're now at the windowsill, like climbing in, and you're face to face with Celtis Waterfowl, who now is pointing the gun at you, the hand cannon. What do you do? What do you do, Elliot? You have just a couple seconds to react before, or say something before they.
I can't see Ajax from behind him, right?
Yes, you cannot.
I cannot. Okay, I'm
cannot.
booking it. I'm running. I'm going.
Uh,
Bye bye.
as you start to move just the leg, you hear as it's shot towards this kind of like the border of the window, and you hear him yell, "Stop!"
Can I try to stop this?
And yeah, if you want to, you're standing there. It's up to you if you want to.
No, okay. I didn't know. Okay. I wanna like kind of like grab him by like the arm or something.
Uh-huh.
It's like, what are you doing?
There's someone in the. And as he turns back, the windowsill, there's no one there anymore. There was someone in the room.
Okay, and I trust your side, but remember, we don't want to have guns first in an encounter, okay? Just have to check someone's intentions.
They went out the window. I have to go check.
Promise me you're not gonna shoot anymore.
With that, he kind of places back the hammer of it, and he puts it back in his holster.
There
I
you
have to go before they leave. I'm sorry. Just don't move. And he goes on pursuit.
Hold up, before he leaves, he's like, just be safe, and if you see Elliot, please tell them to come back. I would like to talk to them.
Elliot? Who's Elliot?
Oh, my sister? The girl that was in the silent.
Were they in your room?
Yes, I left them here before I went to the meeting.
I'm sorry. I'll go get them swiftly then.
Okay, thank you.
You can see him scurry a little onto the ground, like as he kind of launches himself towards the window on all fours, and you can see him press one of his fingers against his head. And he says, "Do not miss. I need someone on the south side. Do not kill on sight." And he lunges himself out the window. And he sees you, Elliot, as you're still sliding down the thing. He's now chasing you.
I have a question. Real quick. Well, like, if you're gonna make a pause, like, while this is happening, because I want to check the room to see if Elliot left anything behind. And
Yeah,
I just to confirm if it was. I know it's Elliot in the room, but, like, I just doesn't know that.
Okay.
Just
yeah,
gonna
definitely.
check the room if there's anything out of the ordinary. Like we can do this like in a bit.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt the
No,
persecution.
as the persecution, no, the persecution will happen. But
Oh,
you
okay.
take a moment to give me an investigation roll.
Fine. Want to see what's different in the book. Oh yeah.
What you get?
Just plain investigation, right?
Unless you're proficient
That's
at it.
15 plus 1, 16.
16. Okay. Okay. So you see that Elliot left her bag on top of your bed. It seems like they're getting quite comfortable.
Ooh. I'm a Snoopy bitch. Let's do this. I think Ajax is in the position of he hasn't seen Elliot in 2 years, so he's just like super curious to know what happened to her. So can I go through the bag? I'm sorry in advance. Can I go through the
Well,
bag?
I'll say with the investigation you rolled, you did you also yeah, I'd say if you you look through the bag, it takes you a moment. You see several different little belongings, like little rocks, little knickknacks that they carry. You found their gold pouch. Um, and you notice there are 2 vials of a strange red liquid in there.
Can I try to? Well, me player knows what that is, but is there a roll that I can make to try to like take a guess or like confirm what this is as character?
You can definitely roll for insight to see if you know.
Ooh, play. Oh, not 20, baby.
Okay.
Plus 2, that's a 22.
You can discern from the studies you've done on ancient human history that are in the archives of the castle
Mm-hmm.
that this is a vial of blood, human blood.
Because Ajax just gets a little nervous, and once he notices what it is, he kind of like shakes a little bit and lets it fall in the bed.
Okay, does fall on the bed. It's quite tightly secured, so it does drop. But as you do that, you also notice there's a small glisten of what seems to be a notebook inside of the bag as well.
I want to check the notebook.
Okay. As you check the notebook, it seems there are a couple pages written in it.
Mm-hmm.
And would you like to read what's on the pages?
Just read like one of them.
It seems that the first page it's written with Elliot's full name, Elliot Star Smitten,
Okay.
and indicating it's their book. It does also say in large letters, "Return if found."
Mm-hmm.
And
Does it have any warning of don't read you, Snoopy bitch?
no, it just says "Return if found." That's all.
Okay.
And there's you turn to his first page, and it seems that there's a letter written in it. It reads.
Ooh.
Before actually I read it, I do want to describe. The page seems to be like a little more worn. You kind of like skim a little through the book to just see all the pages, and see as it goes through, the pages seem to be more better, but the first couple pages seem to be covered in things like tears and smudges of dirt.
Aww.
The first page reads, "Dear Papa, I think I've made a mistake. For once in my life, I acted without really thinking. Something you know I don't actually do. And I drank 2 vials of what I now know as blood. Haha. They were in your office and it changed me. I think I'm like you now. A vampire. Is that what you went through? The paranoia? The pain? How'd you even manage it? I thought my whole body was going to fall apart. Little did I know, that wasn't even the worst part of it. Because nothing in this whole world you could have taught me would have prepared me for the hunger. Every day, I felt the hunger. My stomach feels like it's being torn apart from the inside. But I think I'll be okay. I manage. I just want to be strong. Like you say I am. You can see there's a bit of a smudge and an erase mark, but it continues. That being said, I think I want to try to commit myself to working towards what you were working towards. I want to find my humanity. And I refuse to believe that an entire race has been left to ruin. The hope that I might meet someone with even half of your kindness is enough for me to put all of me into searching. My goal is to meet you wherever you are and be able to tell you it was worth it. I love you, Papa. Your daughter, Elliot Starsman. You flip through more pages and you notice each one is a new and different letter. More and more letters. It seems Elliot was working on the 50th page. The letter stopped. It seems that they just started working on that. And it just reads, Dear Papa, with nothing under it. The 50th page. Yeah.
Is there a way for me to know if these were like daily logs or something like that?
Yeah, you can investigate to look a little more into the pages.
13 plus 1, 14.
It seems that in the corner of every page, there's a small date of when they were written. And it seems that they're letters written from the first month of the 2 years it's since you've seen them. And then there seems like some of them they've wrote in like the same week. Others it took them months to start writing. Some just days.
So there's not like a consistent pattern. It's just like
Yeah,
kind of like
just-
scatter notes through like time.
through different dates of the last 2 years. Yep.
Is there anything that's in the bag?
With your investigation roll, I'd say I only got like a 13, right?
Yep. Well, it was 14 with the plus 1. So yeah.
The only real thing that you find is just a golden spoon.
Okay. That's cute.
That's it.
I guess I'm just gonna sit in my bed, looking at the bios and holding a notebook while Teletus brings Elliot back.
Okay. So as that happens, Elliot, you are in hot pursuit, being chased by Salatus waterfowl. You are currently running across the roof of the castle. Roll me a, I'd say, acrobatics to see how good you're doing, like keeping your pace.
Natural 20 plus 7 for 27.
Oof. So you are just parkouring your way, like even if you trip a
Parkour,
little, like
parkour.
you basically do like flips back up. You're like running side to side. You're zigzagging, and
You're assassin creeding this guy.
you take
Fuck yeah,
a
man.
moment to look back, and to your terrifying surprise, he is very easily keeping up to you. Like he is right behind you, following your every move. He's almost mimicking how you're moving, and he is still hot on your tail. Give me another acrobatics to see if you can try to lose him.
Use my
More
other
parkour.
dice for this one.
My other dice. Let me use my other
Fuck,
dice.
that's a 12. I shouldn't have done that.
Wait, which dice did you use originally?
I used the gray dice, and then I just rolled the dice that you got me.
Oof. 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 All right. So you do trip for a moment, and that trip up, he takes advantage. You're kind of like, because you have lots of momentum, you're like, you trip, but like that makes you like kind of lunge forward. And with that, you can see him like on all fours, kind of like almost like crawling and like forcing himself forward right under you. And he like turns around like midair and tries to grab at you. Give me a dexterity saving throw. See if you can dodge.
Natural 20 plus 7 for 27.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding, bro.
So it seems that as he's about to grab you, because you're both kind of floating in the air at that moment, he's just right there, and you kind of noticing his body is under you. Use him as a way to propel yourself upwards. So you kind of force your legs down and you kick at him, so you can like keep your balance, but you make him lose all of his, gaining yourself a massive amount of distance between him and you.
Okay.
All right.
If this pursuit takes enough time, I would like to very subtly make like a Yui back towards the castle.
You are currently jumping from roof to roof of the castle, so you're like in
Oh,
all
shit,
different
okay.
section of the castle.
Then I'll
Um,
just make my way back towards the window then. If I can.
Well, as you're running, you turn around for a moment just to see like where he is. You see he's very far behind. You can actually see him slightly get up and look towards your direction. And as he does that, he puts two fingers on his head, and that's all you see. When you turn back around, there's an ice pillar in front of you,
Ah.
and you hit face first into the ice pillar.
Owie.
And you fall because it seems that the ice pillar is protruding from the edge of the roof of the castle that you were on. So you fall. You're falling 50 feet right now.
Okay. Can it's not classified as a reaction, but can I like react and shadow steps to the ground before I hit it, so I can like attempt to not break a bone?
Give me a flat d20 roll. See if you can.
It's a 14.
I say this is like seconds that you're thinking of this. But I'd say that's just high enough.
Okay.
Before you hit the ground, you kind of like, instead of hitting the ground, you turn into like a mist of shadows and then reform back onto the ground. And you're safe. And when you think everything is fine, you feel a very large finger tap you on the shoulder.
I'm gonna just turn my head to look at who tapped my shoulder.
And you see the large, fat frame, very wide and thick frame of Dunamis, who is standing there, and he gives you a little wave like, "Hi." And with that, you just see him punch you, and you're unconscious.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Non-lethal.
Still.
I'm gonna scold him for that.
And yeah, as you regain consciousness, it has now been a couple of hours, and it's daytime now. You're inside the room, so luckily nice and safely, and you can hear murmuring of Ajax and Celtis being mad, and they're currently scolding Dunamis as he's like kind of like on his knees, kind of like sorry, kind of just taking it like sorry, like just having to say sorry. And yeah, to regain conscience, you can like now hear them scolding him. Ajax, anything you want to say scolding while you're scolding Dunamis?
I guess that We're going on the lines of, I've told you time and time again, if there is an intruder, you don't knock them unconscious. You don't even know who roams the castle now. There is no dangers as before. The king is dead, and we're trying to make this place more friendly for everyone that comes here. So if you see someone, you deem someone a danger, just caught them. No knocking them, no shooting them, no biting them. Please don't do that again.
Dunamis is like sitting there, a little sad and ashamed that he did that. And you hear Celtis is like, you know what will happen if Dad hears that you weren't listening to what the prince says. You got to be careful. Don't just knock them. You can just catch them. That's what the ice is for. Just put them in like I don't know, ice cuffs.
I'm not going to tell Waterfell about this, but I cannot cover you all the time.
Yes, Prince Ajax.
Now just take a break, maybe eat something, and you can go back to your duties.
You see his helmet perk up as he said, "Food."
Yes, grab yourself a snack, just go back to your duties, and please, no more hit.
With that, you can see him stand up and he gives you a bow. Thank you, my prince. And he like leaves the room. You can hear a bit of a boom, 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 boom as he walks out. And now it's Celtis is your Ajax and Celtis. You don't realize that what's it called? I will say Mentis. Elliot is away. So they're kind of just looking at you guys are kind of just looking at each other now, and they're like, even Celtis like, I'm really sorry about my brother. I didn't mean. I told him non-lethal, and I thought he knew what that meant.
Well, to be fair with you guys, non-lethal can mean something completely different. So maybe just, drawing the limits, he'll be better at it. Plus, I don't want to discuss with Waterfell again.
You're right. You're right. I promise this won't happen again.
Yeah. Look, right now he's just gonna have a quick meal. Maybe you can finally get some sleep yourself, okay?
I know, but you're with your guest, and I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving you alone.
Am I
She's
hearing
not the
this?
guest. Yes.
Yes, you are.
She's not the guest. She's my sister. It's better that you and all of your siblings get acquainted with that. And if you don't mind me, I would like this talk between us to be private.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I will leave. I'll leave you and the princess alone. My apologies.
Yeah. Don't worry. Have a good night, okay?
I'll just be. Won't sleep just yet, but I'll be outside the door if you need me. He's like awkwardly walking towards the door. Bye, Ajax.
Good night.
He's like going towards the door. He's still looking at you. He's like closing the door, but still looking at you. Good night. And he closes the door, and you can hear the lock.
So, I got punched.
Oh, it just kind of turns around. I'm glad you're awake. Is anything hurting? Do you need some medicine, maybe?
No, I'm all right. So, how did your outing go?
I was just, some stuff done, and I was wondering if right now it's a good time for us to talk.
Okay, I think that's pretty important, seeing as it's been 2 years.
Just 2 years where I didn't know anything about it.
As you guys sit down for a moment, chattering and reminiscing a bit, I'd like to move over to Briere, who has just woken up, nice bright and early. It's 7 a.m. Briere, your bed feels empty.
Before you say anything, I just thought of the dumbest joke ever.
What?
I said like, oh, it's 7 a.m. and you're right and awake. You can say he's an early bird.
Was it early bird gets the worm?
I want to get myself by.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, I'd like to kill myself in front of Richter.
I like to walk up to Richter, take my axe, wrap it around my neck, and hang myself from a tree.
And then Richter
How
realizes
many
it's
hit
not
points of
actually.
damage do I need to kill myself?
No, Richter looks at you and realizes your neck is too muscly for it to actually do anything. So you're just kind of sitting there like, this is not working.
This isn't working.
Except
Hey,
he just
Bobby,
lets you like hang there for a bit. He just lets you
Okay.
hang there for a bit, and he's like, "Think about your actions,"
Now
and then
that you
comes
think
back
about your
5
action.
minutes later.
There are children here, god damn it.
You should be a better example of an older brother.
Oh.
There
it's
would be
cold.
something to tell. Oh, what's Briere up to?
Fuck. Hungry. I'm gonna walk out of the house
Okay.
and I'm gonna go on a little stroll
Half and half.
by myself.
Okay. As you're leaving your room, actually, first, you can hear the sizzling of something tasty from the kitchen, and you can see Richter is already out of the house, but you can see his wife is currently is cooking. What would you like to do with that? Briere?
Good question. Hey, just on my way out. Don't mind me. I'm gonna take a little walk.
You can hear actually like move around and scrunch out of the kitchen and stomp towards you. It's like, oh no son of mine is leaving here without at least some food in their belly. And they
Oh.
they kind of force a piece of bread on your chest.
Ma.
Eat that. Oh, no ma this, no ma that. You're going to eat and then you head out there.
Fine.
That's a good boy.
I'm
He
gonna-
pats you on
I'm
the
gonna
the
snack.
pecs like.
I'm gonna snack on the bread as I walk out the door.
Now be safe and be back by supper.
I'll be back earlier than that. Don't worry.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Man, parents are kind of awesome, but also like really weird.
How did you leave? I'm also snacking in real life. As you leave, you can already see Ricky and Richter, who are walking side by side as they lug like logs around for one of the newer buildings that they're making. And you can see them. You can see Richter, kind of like see you, notice you, and like call you over.
Hey, Pops, what's going on? Need a hand? I need to talk to you for a sec.
Oh sure, get up. Just help me lug a little bit of wood over here for the new house we're building.
Of course.
Dang, you kids wake up super early as you guys are lugging out. He's like making small talk. This one I don't even think slept. He like points at Ricky, still wearing his crown.
He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't.
No, not as far as I know. He's a special case though. Although there's a couple of us like that.
Well, makes sense. I mean, With the amount of species that exist nowadays, you know, everyone always has a little something special about them.
Yeah, he's always pretty active. Hey, listen, I have a question.
Go ahead, shoot, kid.
What do you know of the old gods?
Wow, that's an interesting question. The elders say a lot of different kinds of things about old gods. As you see them like put down a log and walk back to get another one. But to me, they're all just wives' tales, you know? One thing you tell your kids so that they behave a little better.
Really?
Yeah. There used to be one story, though. Oh, sailors used to love to tell this. People used to say there's a story of that. She's like, he's pulling something from his pocket because he's eating like little pine nuts. That's why I'm chewing. Oh, by the way, before I tell you, pine nut?
No, I'm good. Mom gave us a grip.
Good. A boy like you should be eating. Got muscles to feed.
I'm eating. Trust me.
Anyway, there's an old wives' tale they used to tell about this. The moon used to be married to the sea, and in a tale, something happened, and one day the moon disappears. And when the moon disappeared, the sea became hectic and chaotic. And the story they tell of why all different kinds of sea creatures like the hydras, the leviathans, the obelisks all exist. Because one day the moon left. And when the moon left, she took their love with them. So then the sea had no compassion for anything.
Oh, it's so sad.
It's a sad tale. But it's a fun one. Plus, that's why I used to tell Kit all the time. Like, if you leave the person you love, then they're going to wreak havoc on the world and it's all going to burn. And I used to tell them that. And then they'd cry a little and I'd say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. That's not what's going to actually happen. They'll be a little sad and that's all.
That's kind of fun.
Not my proudest parenting moment, but definitely a funny one.
No, hey, can't fault you for that. I'm always down for a good joke.
That's why I like your son. He pats you on the chest.
So, I have a question. If
You got lots
it
of
were-
those.
I tend to. If we were to get some help from someone who's a bit unusual, how would you feel?
It depends. Who's the unusual folk?
You kind of call them an old wives' tale, so.
Well, I'm gonna be frank with you.
Your name's usually Pops, but yeah, whatever you want, Frank.
You got jokes too. I love you, son. But that's not what I mean. Part of the story is kind of true. They say when the sea lost her love, it went crazy. And there's more to that story. It said that when the sea was raging, the tides were high, the waves were strong, and the storms were dangerous. There was one sailor who decided to sail those seas and find the ocean, the heart of the ocean. And when he found it, he found the true form of the sea. They called her the witch. And it was an amazing battle between this sailor and the witch. But the sailor eventually came on top, and he stole her heart, so that her heart could no longer torment the rest of the world. And that story's real, because her heart now rests in God's land. Resides. They say that the heart grows so cold from being outside of its chest that it froze everything around it, creating the largest mountain that exists there, the Abyss.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
So if you're talking about old gods, there definitely were old gods. But the only one I know that's real is the Sea Witch. And that's it.
Can I send a message to Gale?
Yeah, go for it.
Gale, I have a plan. And I think it's going to
Yes.
benefit a lot of people.
He didn't say anything, but he's listening.
I need you to come to the forefront. I need you to be a god.
A little bit static, but you hear it. Elaborate.
As you can tell, there's a lot of refugees here. A lot of people who need help. And I don't expect you to do something crazy or, figuring out, how to, help everybody. I don't expect blessings like mine on everybody. But I think we can do a lot of good here. And I think the people here can help put you a little bit higher. But in order to do that, we have to show Richter here you exist. What you're capable of.
As you're
As
saying
long as
that,
we
you
have you
feel,
on our side.
as you were saying this, you feel like there's someone who leans a shoulder, like their arm on your shoulder, and it seems to be a strangely tall elf who seems to be blind in one eye, and they just respond to you. Yeah, I wonder how we're going to do that. As he's scratching his chin.
Nice to see you, buddy. What are you thinking?
I like what you think, Freer, but I think this world has had enough of gods, and maybe they need a little more mortals to help out.
Okay.
So with that, you can see him lifting up a log with his little weak arms. He still tries, though. He picks it up, and he starts lugging it over and starts helping.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Gale to help out the party. Richter is astonished that this man just walked out of the forest and then suddenly start helping. But yeah, they're kind of just looking at you like, do you know who the fuck that was?
He's a buddy of mine.
Oh, so your buddy just walk out of the forest?
Yeah. Sometimes. If I get lucky. Sometimes they do a little more. Sometimes they
Son,
do
you're a
little
strange one sometimes. You know that?
I get that a lot. But
Well-
yeah.
More hands are better hands, and with that, Richter continues working on helping out the village. And it seems now Gale has put his efforts to not godly help the village, but mortally help the village, and putting in his own elbow grease to help fix the place. So, good on you for your interesting way of doing it. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Ria? Or ask?
Richter, people here believe in a lot of stuff.
That's true. You are subject to your own beliefs, and everyone's allowed to believe in what they want to believe.
Is there any way you think we can get everybody together on one thing?
Well, it depends. Can't force someone to believe in something. You just gotta let them believe.
Oh, of course not. But if believing would help them move on from where they are. You know, push them in the right
Son, what
direction.
are you getting at?
I want to give them something to believe in.
And then with that, he puts his hand on your back, pats you, and says, "Then give him something to believe in, son." And he kind of gives you like a smack on the back. Go ahead. He'll follow you. Whatever. He'll help you out with whatever you chose to do.
All right.
I like
Give it a
this.
shot.
I like that.
I'm gonna walk into the town center. And I'm just gonna look around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just take a long look at everybody.
You see that there are people starting to stop doing their work and start to pay attention because you're like standing on the podium in the center of town. So a couple people, the little small crowd is starting to gather. What do you do
Everyone.
for your?
I know not what you have been through, and I know not what you are going through now. But I just want to say, if you ever need a helping hand, look to the stars, the night sky. And there you will find your strength. And if it ever helps, I'm always here too.
Roll a performance check for me.
Give me 1 second. Oh shit. I gotta roll this bitch hard. 15.
Okay. Seems that the group gets a little bigger, and people are like, "Wow." Goblins seem to be enjoying your speech since they do believe that the stars hold, in their culture, they believe stars holds the secrets of the world. So yeah, there's lots of goblins who are like, yeah, we like that. There's some halflings who are like agreeing with that, and the tall wood elf that's blind to one eye shouts, "I think this guy's on to something." And the guys are like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'd like to believe the stars. You see like lots of people saying, yeah, I'd like to believe the stars. I believe in the stars. I believe in the stars. And there's lots of people who are believing in the stars now. Now more and more people are kind of like talking to each other, kind of like rummaging against each other. Like, hey, we should talk about this.
To also remember that while we can believe in all the stars in the sky, that they will eventually come down and give us aid, it's also important to believe in each other, to lend a helping hand, to lift your brother and brush the dust off his back. To give to those in need, and to be the stars that we look to see.
You don't notice, but Gale has like a smile on his face, like, that's good. And roll for me again a performance, but with advantage this thing. I swear to God, if you don't get something high.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm gonna roll 1 on D&D Beyond and 1 on real life.
Don't bully me, I'll come.
What the fuck?
That was so uncalled for.
I just wanted to say thank you to Scarlett for that one. 16. So it seems like lots of people are like, yeah, like they're a little skeptical, but a lot of people are like, yeah, this guy's like, I like what this guy's saying, you know? And like you can see some like people like patting each other on the back and stuff, like they're looking at each other. You're like the morale of the people around seem to be pretty boosted, and Richter takes a step onto the podium with you and says, "Spoken like a true leader. Before he's right, before we can believe in anything, we have to trust in ourselves and our people. Why don't we listen to my good old new son here? Take a page from his book and keep looking towards the stars, believing in each other and working hard to be what we know we can be." And with that, you hear like a clap start to slowly roar and pass through the group as people look up to you for air. And people are cheering. You have lots of people, now a huge crowd of people that are in the village who are now like cheering and clapping. Lots of them are like, this is a good guy. So I will say, you know what? Freer, you've given everyone an indirect boost called morale. So with their now new boost, people are able to work harder, like twice as hard, but for like less. Like they don't feel as exhausted and they don't get as exhausted, but get twice the work done. Well, yeah,
And
good job.
I wanna capitalize on this. And I wanna give a helping hand.
I like it. I like that a lot.
And get in the dirt. I don't give speeches and go home.
Let's go over to Maribel, who's just woken up. Maribel, how you doing?
Tired as hell, rubbing my eyes, trying to hide a little bit more under the covers, but knowing I have to get up.
Okay. As you're doing that, you can hear a slight knock on the door as the door slowly creeps open, and you realize it's Mrs. Tea Leaf.
Hi, Mrs. Steely.
And they're like, they look up to you. It's like, Mary. Also, what's that? Call me Mom. Come on, follow me.
Okay, Mom. I'll follow you.
And as you walk with her, passing the kitchen, she picks up a plate quickly that's on the pit that's already filled on it, and she kind of shoves it in your hands and says, "Look out the window." And as you look out the window, you see it's Freer with Richter as they're both standing on like a couple of boxes, and there's lots of people cheering.
What is happening?
Let's just say, Freer woke up with lots of good energy today, and well, you can say that the energy is contagious. Reminds me of when Richter was young.
Should we just let them be, or should I go join them?
Oh, well, let's just let them be. And plus, sometimes us girlies can just stay home, you know? Let the guys do a bit of the work. And like she nudges you on the shoulder, like wraps her arm around your arm, you know?
I understand.
Yes.
Time for Freyer to
to bust his ass while we relax.
Now you need to make sure you eat your food. That plate's not going to finish itself. Come on, come to the table and do tea or coffee.
Tea.
On the double.
I kind of sit down at the table, unsure of like how I'm gonna eat all this food, but also knowing I really need this.
Yes, you need a break, and I think she can see that in your eyes. Like you need this break.
Did the eye bags give it away?
Yeah. I think it was the eye bags that gave it away. All right. Wow. What a wonderful amount of things are happening today. But before we can do anything, it's time for us to take a break. I will see you guys at 7:46.
Guy.
Crying at the fact that I have two sisters now.
Crying at the fact that Richter is adopting the whole party bit by
No,
bit.
but literally.
Elliot
like-
wants a piggyback ride too. Pops,
Yeah.
please.
I want to also highlight the fact that I said us as in the whole party. He wasn't even phased. He was just like, oh well, yeah. What about the rest of them too? All the rest of my kids.
Oh, the rest of
Where
my
are the
kids.
rest of my chitlins?
Oh wait,
baby.
Ricky, are you here?
My little
My
tea
baby.
leaves.
I was gonna say, well, because it makes sense. Because first of all, for a year in Auralia are dating kit, so for him
Yeah.
it's like, oh, my son and daughter-in-law,
Yeah.
and then Jura is his daughter. He
Uh-huh.
considers his daughter, and what's it called? Maraba's also dating in quotation marks. Jura's like, oh, my other daughter.
My
Can we
other
start a-
child.
Can we start a fandom for Richter? Just call ourselves the tea leaves.
I'm trying to be Elliot Starsmitten too, you know?
Saying that Maribel's dating Jura is crazy. They're obviously in a married, committed relationship.
It's just a homoerotic
Exactly.
friendship, guys.
Exactly.
it's-
I love
homoerotic.
homoerotic
It's
friendships.
very
Can you tell?
friendship.
There's nothing friendship about that homoerotic.
Hey, we may kiss, but this is just platonic. All right?
They're platonically kissing.
Keep
It's
telling
called
yourself that.
homoerotic friendship for a reason, guys.
That is the most
It's
romantic
platonic.
platonic kiss I've ever seen.
Homoerotic
Yeah.
I will
friendship.
say, hey, at least
it's
both
friendship after that party we had.
I will say at least Ricky and
That was
Jura
crazy.
can both relate on something, is that they both fucked Ida.
What?
Yep.
Ricky and
Huh?
Ricky?
No, Ricky and Jura.
Oh. Oh, what?
Huh?
No, I was okay. I
Huh?
don't think you've said this before.
And I just realized that when everyone said, well, it's like, oh shit, did I not mention it?
You
No.
mentioned that they were like,
Okay.
there's something going on between the two of them,
No,
but
here's
like
the thing.
not to that extent.
Here's the thing. I knew, and I was staying quiet because
Who
you know,
hasn't fucked Ida?
the privileges.
Oh my
right?
god, you're calling her a
Alico?
whore without their mom here?
Ida,
wow.
the whore,
hasn't
the
fucked
whore of
Ida?
Wait.
Winston. The whore of
Wait, is
Winston.
Enrique here? Ricky.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Enrique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kike,
There you go.
look at my
That's how
stream.
you call him. That's how you call him.
PK,
Yeah.
how do you feel about having sloppy seconds?
More like soppy 700s.
I met you.
I'm joking.
Oh, that's cute.
Let me
I will-
see.
I was gonna say, okay.
Oh my god.
They've reached
okay.
that stage in the relationship where they
No,
make
I'm
each other as their characters in
Oh
video
my
games,
gosh,
guys.
yes.
I'm sorry. Why is it so good?
Oh,
See,
literally.
I don't. Okay,
Is it
hold
just
up.
me?
Literally.
I don't make characters look like Jay. It's just that for some reason I always want the character who's short, has dark hair, and is like looks like a boy, but is I make them
sure.
a woman, but they look exactly like a boy.
What game is that again?
Dragon's
Dragon's
Dogma?
Dogma.
It's the creator, right? You have, or did you get the game?
This is just the creator. I haven't got the game yet.
Okay. I might get the. If I buy the game, you can just
I'm
mooch
sorry.
off of
Am
that
I
copy.
the only one that's getting Uncanny Valley from this shit? Because this is just a bit to like pixel it up.
I will.
the
Okay, I
nose
will
is a little
emphasize.
off.
There was something I mentioned, and I
Yeah,
think
I wasn't
no
able
one.
to really make the nose work. Mhm.
So I will say this in D&D. I mentioned this in the like first or second session. I don't think anyone picked up on it. When I described Ida, I mentioned she's an Oathbreaker paladin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't
Does that
say
mean she
more than
cheats
you're
on her
supposed to
husbands?
say.
Whore.
Did you break
No,
her whore pet?
No, I wasn't gonna say it. I was like,
Her
I just
husband's a
mentioned that.
puppet.
So I'm just saying that like, and I mentioned there was turmoil between Jura and Ida. I'll let you guys do with that reminder as you
squabble.
wish.
They had a big squabble.
Enrique,
broke
you will
up.
see yourself later.
An oath was broken.
Her
An
oath
oath
was
marriage,
to
so she's a
celibacy.
whore.
Moral things, it is so wild, dude.
Who
Luna
hasn't
is
tapped
calling
it?
me. I will be back when break.
Okay.
Bye bye. What time is it that I come back?
46.
7:46.
Okay.
So 10
In 10
minutes.
minutes.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah. Got both channels up. Everything good, Kikit?
I was gonna say raise your hand if that's true, but like
There's no option to raise your hand.
there's no hand.
Yes,
Yes.
okay.
Yippee.
Okay. So does anyone remember where we last left off? Let's see who has good memory.
Oh, we just went through the
I just
fucking
established a minor religion.
the Jurida. Oh my god, I made a ship name. The Jurida Lordrub.
Jurida.
Well, we left off with
Jurabel is the new ship name.
Maribel
Jurabel.
and
Jurabel.
Mrs. Seaweed.
The superior shit.
If you want, if it's because Jura is RU at the end, right? And then Maribel is or Mari, right? You could say Maru is
Maru.
their ship name reverse.
No,
I
I like
prefer
Jurabel.
Jurabel.
Yeah, I like Jurabel better.
Yeah, the dysphoria of the other name. I'm not going. Let's go, gamers. So, but does anyone remember the exact scene that happened before we ended?
Maribel and Mrs. Tealeaf were having a conversation.
Okay. Oh yeah, because
We
they're having
ate.
we had dinner, had lunch. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
breakfast.
yeah.
Fuck. It was like 10 at that time, so at 10 a.m. Have a nice breakfast, good food, and I will tell you this: it is a miracle that Kit is thin. Again, I think that Kit just has their father's genes. Of he can eat so much, but bro never gets actually fat. He only gets like keeps his body just looks always like, oh, I'm strong, you know. Bro does not get fat. Because I'm talking about, oh, you guys eat bacon? No, they eat slabs of pork chop, like slabs of pork. Fuck, oh, you want one egg? No, you get 4 or 5 eggs on your plate. You want a slice of bread? No, you get the whole loaf. We're talking. And Kit ain't the same fucking way. Somehow, perfectly skinny.
Yeah, it's
Kit's
kinda
like, oh yeah, it's
bullshit,
no.
'cause
Metabolism goes crazy.
Ma
Halflings,
walks up
man.
and goes, "You're not leaving the house without eating," and then hands me a very large loaf of French bread, otherwise known as a baguette, and just goes, "Eat that."
A
And I
baguette.
go,
And you're like,
"Huh?"
what? Oh, why is there
You
so
mean
much bread?
snack?
I just
Have a
put
small
I
snack.
put it on my back next to my axe, and carry
Which
it
is
around like a sword.
The dual wielder feat goes crazy right now.
A stale baguette and an axe. About to smack these bitches up.
Okay.
I took an extra
That would be
d6
kinda
psychic
hilarious.
damage for
I'm
being
thinking-
wounded by a baguette.
I think it would be fucking crazy because if it's depending on how stale it is, it would do more damage.
What was it called? As now the morale is high and everyone's working around. Elfgale comes up to you, Shreer.
Elf-
And I will tell you, I will tell you this. Gale looks like a crummy version of an elf for one reason.
Okay.
You notice his ears are fake. Like they're fake ears.
Can I request something for Elfgale?
You know, like those cosplay elf ears that you can put on? That's what they
yeah,
look like.
Yeah, the ones that attach to your other ears.
Can
Yeah.
can I request something for
What?
Elfgale?
What?
Can his name be Alec?
Ilag?
Elag? Like that?
Or Alec?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
like his
dyslexic.
name backwards.
Alag?
Elag, no. Because his name is Gallius.
Yeah, but like
The Alagussy?
Galagusy? Galagusy?
Galagoose.
Galagus. Elag. Yeah, his name can be. My name is Elag.
Yeah, there we go.
My name's
Thank you.
Lag.
My name Lag.
My name is.
My name is
Hi,
Lag.
nice to meet you. My name is
Lag.
Liag.
My name is Liag.
I'm
Primadon.
gonna lag these nuts on you. I'm sorry.
Primadon. Yeah, that's my name. What's it called? I will mention it looks like he has a fake ears on because his actual Primordials can mimic what's it called? And become like a mortal, but their mortal form is like very unique per Primordial. Gale's is human. So he's wearing fake ears, so he looks like hell. But he only has one eye, so he's blind. So you see, like, it actually looks like it's scarred over one eye.
Interesting, this guy. Are we?
No.
Are we like in it? Are we doing things?
So you guys are working around. Gale actually guts up to you for a year, and I have to shoot. He's kind of whispering over to you. Hey, the short guy who seems to be the one who runs everything. He mentioned something about God's lands. Mind telling me what he mentioned?
Telling me about mentioning what exactly?
Something about God's lands.
Oh, he mentioned something about how the moon loved the sea, and how at some point, they fell out of love, and the moon left, and how that spawned all of the leviathans and sea monsters. I think might be missing some stuff.
He said something about a heart, didn't he? Or I might be hearing wrong. Sorry. When I'm in this form, I kind of hard when you're not omnipotent as you usually are.
No, yeah, he did mention that the heart was gone. Because it went.
I'm hard in this form, yes.
He mentioned the heart was gone. If I don't recall, because it's in the hands of God. Something like that.
Hmm.
Why? What's up? Buddy, what you thinking about?
I thought he said something more interesting. Just then. I know the first half of that story, but he didn't really. Did he not say anything about where the heart went?
Maybe he mentioned something about the sun. That wouldn't make any sense.
Center of what? Hold up. And he kind of pulls you aside. Center of what? What do you mean center?
He might have said the sun. Proves to be a very big fucking problem. I think you're thinking exactly what I'm thinking.
Which is because I'm lost. I'm very lost.
If the heart went to the sun, then I think that story might be Crystal and Pyrosis.
Okay. But it still doesn't give us anything to work off of. I need to know more about maybe whatever he's planning, and how we can possibly help Christelle.
Planning how?
No, whatever he was doing with Calico.
Oh, I mean pyrosis.
Yes.
I mean, not sure, to be honest. I mean, realistic answer is he's probably straighting up to fighting us again, which is fine, I guess. I mean, we have all these people now, so we have more than enough for a helping hand. But
Also,
start
though
getting ready.
I do appreciate your help for gathering more followers, but I do want to remind you when their faith is not, I guess you could say, not as strong as yours. So the help is the equivalent of, tossing a couple cents in.
Hey, it's whatever counts, right?
I mean, you are right, my friend. At least you did on their terms, and that's all I could really ask.
Yeah, I'm not one to force people into doing shit.
Well, seems that that guy who runs around town mentioned something about a heart. Maybe you should talk to him a little more about that. That might give us a lead on where you guys need to head on to next.
Of course, yeah. Anything for you, good.
I'm going to continue being in disguise and helping the locals, gaining their information, learning to be more mortal. He kind of sneaks away, like awkwardly
Try
sneaking away.
yourself.
Don't worry, I already did.
Jesus. He'll be okay.
All right. What did you do to Freer?
Oh, it's still on me? Okay. I gotta go find Pops.
Yeah. Yeah, roll me for investigation while you're searching for him. And while you're searching for him, Maribel, you're finishing breakfast. You're
Yeah.
just having light conversation with Mama Tea Leaf. So,
Mother.
what's going on? How are you feeling?
I feel a little bit of the weakness going away, but there definitely is a sense that I can't keep dawdling.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go and see if I can help Freer in whatever he needs to do.
All right. Go ahead, proclaim what you're going to do. In character.
Thank you for the breakfast, Mama Tea Leaf. I think I've spent a little too long wallowing in this feeling of being lost. I think I need to focus on helping our family move forward. So I'm gonna go find Freyer and see if there's anything I can
Well, sounds good to me. But do me a favor.
do to help him.
From the kitchen, she goes in for a moment and then pulls out what seems to be 3 large boxes. Like you could say they're probably the size of one of your arms in length. They're all nicely tied up.
Mhm.
Can you bring the boys their lunch? This is one is for you and the other 2 are for the, good old Pops and the kiddo. And
Okay.
I was told this from Freer. I'm not sure how true it is. And from under the sink, she pulls out a can of paint. They said that the little one likes to drink this.
Oh yeah, Ricky adores paint.
I don't understand the nutritional value in it, but okay.
Neither do I, but it makes him very happy.
All right, then get going. And with that, she gives you like a strong pound the back, and out the door you are.
I kind of heel a little bit forward from the pat on the back and just struggle to hold everything in my arms as I leave.
Okay. As you're walking out, you do spot Freer, who seems to be looking for someone.
Freer, Mama Tea Leaf brought us food.
Oh, sick. Perfect. We're gonna have to find Pops anyway, so you might as well give me a hand.
As you guys start looking,
Where did Pops go?
I'm not sure. We once. I need to get some information. So. Something about Crystal's heart. Gale thinks he might know something.
And Gail's here too. Okay.
Yeah, Gale's been here. If you ever see a shitty elf, that's Gale.
Ah. I know I didn't like that elf.
Oh, go ahead, sir. Yeah. You guys can see him in the background just looking. He looks like a person who's never been a person before and is being very awkward about being a person. Kind of like, I am a human doing I am a elf doing elf things. Look at me be elf.
Yeah,
He's hammering.
I'm lending a hand. He's hammering his hand instead of the nail and doesn't flinch.
Boom, I hate short. I don't want to hate people. He's like hammering a piece of wood with no nails. Like, yes, we do this. Uh-huh.
We've got this. We're building things.
Building! And like,
it's like Bob the Builder sounds.
just occasionally, like he hides and like flicks his fingers a little. Oh, bot left. Let's get the bot back in here.
Yeah, Gale's definitely gonna need a hand with this whole.
You see him occasionally snap and like the thing gets like built proper. Like, aha! Like, oh, yep, definitely building here. Continues hammering the same piece of wood.
You know, elves can use magic.
And he doesn't like quite hear what you're saying, so he's just looks like, oh yes, I am a fellow elf, just like you are, but covered in feathers. It continues hammering the piece of wood. So I will say that something is watching you guys, but you're not sure exactly what's watching you. Can I have you both roll for perception?
Check?
Yes.
Rizzy.
My natural perception is 14.
Maribel, what's your perception? I'll give you a moment because I know the internet's buggy.
Are we talking about my passive perception or just a perception roll?
Be a perception roll, unless you have high perception, passive perception.
Well, my perception roll is dirty 20.
My passive perception is a 12. My perception check was a 6.
Okay, we're going with passive perception there. But we go with the highest number. So for you guys notice it. You know something is like watching you guys from the bushes.
Something's in our midst.
And
normal.
As you guys kind of see the rummaging of a bush because it starts to move violently, that there's something in there. Suddenly appears Ricky from the bushes.
Bush shark.
Ricky, you're now with the party again.
What's up, buddy? We brought lunch. You hungry?
I got your favorite paint. Mama Tea Leaf had it ready for you.
What color is it? Because that changes.
I haven't checked, but I think it's yellow.
He likes yellow. It's yellow.
Yeah.
We think it's yellow.
We'd like to ask Ricky, what would you be doing while you were away from the party? Like, what do you think would be some Ricky activities you'd be getting up to?
I love the concept of Ricky activities.
What the fuck? Snorting ants? Actually, Ricky, can you roll a strength check for me? Oh, I think he's not talking.
Yeah, he's in bed wrapped in blankets.
He's too warm.
Okay.
And he made sure to keep recording, right?
Might
I'm
as
gonna
well
kill
do
him.
the
Yeah.
same. I need my blanket.
Okay. Okay. Ricky, can you do a strength check for me?
What do you say that?
19.
I repeated what you were saying. 19. Shit. Is that true? Got 19?
It was on D&D.
Oh, okay. So, so as you guys see Ricky, who's content to have paint, for a moment you start hearing him like do like the little cat for those 2 seconds,
Oh.
and as he opens his mouth, you can see a goblin hand trying to crawl out,
Oh, Lord. Ricky, what have you
and
been eating?
you can see the goblin's head pierce out, saying, "Help me!" and then get dragged right back in, and then just hear a look from Ricky like a gulp.
I gotta stick my hand in his mouth, don't I?
Yeah, I think you do.
All right.
Good
Ricky,
luck.
Some would say some would say that this goblin is too far gone.
He's saying he's running. He asked if he could run.
Seems that this goblin's too far gone. Then Ricky's not gonna
I'm
let
gonna
this one get
twist-
away.
I'm gonna twist my sword and use grapple with the chain.
This is a message from the DM. I'm letting Ricky keep this one.
Why?
Man had a dream once to have a small family inside of him, and not in a sexual way, but. So I'm letting him live his best life for one session. Now he has a colony of ants and one goblin inside of him.
Are they alive?
Yeah, at least alive, existing, but
As long as they're
the
alive.
goblin's covered in paint.
They're playing shuffleboard inside of Ricky.
We'll go. We will. As you guys are looking at Ricky with a odd disgust because he just consumed another living creature and is too far gone for anyone to get out.
God, I really hope that was an Avril.
No, you know Avril isn't a goblin. The fuck? Avril's the leader of goblins. Not. Well, she's in the goblin herself. She's a wood elf.
Oh. No, because you said she was a fucking goblin at one point.
No, she's the leader of goblins, but she's a wood elf. I've mentioned this. That's why she has horns. And she has like the bottom half of what feels like a deer. But okay. What was your investigation roll from earlier, Michael?
19 plus 1, dirty 20.
320. So you can see Richter in the background as he's guiding a couple people on how to properly structure the houses that they make into town. And yeah, he seems over there. It seems like he's doing construction stuff.
Oh, there's
With
Pops.
that.
Let's not tell Pops that Ricky ate somebody again.
Yeah. I don't
I
think,
think
he
we
knows
keep
he
that to
does that at
ourselves.
all. So let's keep that to ourselves. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Don't want
Although
to
it-
ruin his appetite.
Love how it's always Ricky and Lef who somehow get away with the most crazy fucking shit. I'm a normal person with a tragic backstory. I'm also a normal person with a tragic backstory. Oh, I'm a little messed up on the inside, but I have a tragic backstory. Ricky, I fucking eat paint and consume living creatures. Left, dude. My name isn't even fucking Left, dude. It's what was Left's name?
Graggle.
Graggle. My name's
Graggle.
actually Graggle, dude. I'm a lover of bread, and I'm just a lover. I'm not a fighter. My best friends are 4 femboys, and my dad is a god.
You wanna know the funniest thing about you saying I'm not a lover, I'm a fighter?
No, I'm
That-
not a.
That Left's first instinct whenever we're fighting is to Eldritch Blast and Hex whoever is in their way.
Oh yeah, true. We gotta break the pattern. So true. All right, you guys reach him, and he seems very content as he sees his lunchbox, one of your hand in Maribel's hand. Oh, it seems the kids today are bringing me lunch. How about we sit down, take a break? Hey, everyone, take 5. And lots of people start climbing down ladders and stuff as they get ready to have their lunches as well.
Pops, you down for a conversation over a meal?
Oh, you know I'm always good for some good conversation and a good story.
Good, I'm glad. I don't mean to pry into your past. You don't have to answer any questions if you don't want to, but you said something about the heart of the sea? The sea witch?
Oh yes, I remember telling you that story. It was that there is more to the story about when the moon loved the sea, and when the moon left, she took their love. She took their love with it, and the sea got mad and started to rage and brought forth all sorts of creatures. But there was one sailor that decided, I will sail the seas and I will tame the sea.
Yeah.
And when he went out to go tame the sea, he found it. He found the incarnation of sea, a witch, a sea witch. And their battle was tremendous. But he came on top.
Right.
And to ease her aching heart, he took her heart away and sealed it. Some say that the heart lies at the center of the abyss, the largest mountain in Exandris.
Center of the abyss. So, would you happen to know anything else about that story?
For me, it's just, it might be true, might not be true. Do know that there was a sailor that did go out one day to tame the sea, and from that day forward, it's a couple 100 years ago, the sea's been quiet ever since. A couple monsters here and there, but the sea's been quiet ever since.
So it's before your time, you don't really.
Yeah, it's way before my time. What? I'm not that old. I'm only 100.
No, of course not. You're a very young guy.
Thank you. I guess you could say that's where you get your dashing good looks from. And then nudges you on the side again.
Yeah, you do have good feather genetics, let me tell you.
I've been told that a lot.
Have you now? Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, kiddo?
How's the house coming?
Well, it looks like it's going great. We made another one of the communal houses. This one is made for a goblin family where it seems that they were already refugees in the main village, and we decided to give them a nice big house. It's 3 little kids and this. It looks like 2 husbands, just all on their own with their kiddos.
That's adorable. I don't know how to say this, but I gotta go to Oshido.
He gives out a very deep sigh. I guess at some point all kids have to, leave the nest, for lack of better words.
come back and see you. I'm not going away. I mean, I can't leave you. I just got here. But I promise to come back.
Do me one better. Remember to write. And he winks to Maribel because he knows that you'll probably be the one writing the letter. Like, gives you a little wink.
100%. Prayer can't write well. It looks like chicken scratch.
Hey, that's racist.
Hey. Sorry, looks like pigeon scratch. My bun.
Yeah. Ricky in the back, as you guys are having this conversation, Ricky is stealing food from. Because you guys are not too much paying attention, I'd say. He's stealing some of your guys' food to consume for Pepe. Pepe. I will allow that to happen. Consumed a whole basilisk leg. It's like a chicken leg, but it's huge. It's a basilisk. And for the Freer's just consumed a whole fucking leg. Just disappeared. Now for Pepe to eat. Pepe.
Oh my fucking basilisk leg.
Pepito. Pepito.
Alright.
Well, if you're leaving, might as well get you guys suited up for that.
Okay.
And he takes you back to his home where he gets you guys all readied up. New supplies, good food, nice fresh set of clothing. What's it called? Helps polish whatever armor you guys got. And I think in this moment also, what was it called? Maribel, Mrs. Mama Tea Leaf takes you aside for a moment and she lets you know. I think long hair seems like it's a little old-fashioned, don't you think? Wouldn't it be nice to have a fresh haircut?
Yes, please. It's getting in the way a lot, and it's also matting. So...
All right, come with me, and I'll give you a fresh cut then.
It really hurts. I'm excited.
Okay.
You know how the haircut goes. I don't get those.
So
if you want, I can give you one.
Maybe because you don't have hair.
Haircuts don't look good on feathers.
You sure? We can check.
I'd rather not. Last thing I want to do is get yelled at.
Dunamis. D-U-N-A-M-I-S. Dunamis.
Also, plucked feathers don't tend to grow back unless you're really fucking careful.
That's what
Last thing I want to do is look like a naked chicken. Let me tell you. Have you seen those things? They're fucking ugly. Jesus.
All right. Okay. They sit down with you, Freer, for a bit. And you see Richter's helping sharpen your sword at the moment. And yeah, anything you want to talk with him before you guys finish heading out and leaving?
Pop, what was your weapon of choice when you went out? What was your big thing?
Oh, my weapon of choice? How about I show you?
Yeah. That's so cool.
And as you guys walk down, you guys pass by where the bathroom is, and we see Maribel's in a chair getting their hair cut, still in the process. Getting their hair also. They're like getting the whole spa treatment, getting it washed out properly, rinsed out properly.
Massive clumps of dirt are coming out.
That's the clumps of dirt. And just really quickly, Kika, do you see my message? Just sort of the icon. That's it. I didn't even hear anything. Okay, thank you. As that's going on, Fear, you enter his office.
Whoa.
And you see all the different kinds of like large skulls and like ornamental weapons and like what seems to be like frame sashes and just like several like different pictures of him and drawings with giant large maps of places he's explored. Just like it's eventually a Venture's Wonderland of all sorts of records and little memorabilia stuff he has of his times as an adventurer.
You're famous. Crazy. Where's this one from?
Which one do you
Towards
pick up?
the-
Yeah, which you pointed?
Big ornamental sword.
Oh, that sword, that was it was a parting gift from the last leader of the of Stormvale before I became its leader. Gave it to me as a gift. Giant gold sword, kind of tough, not too good. Not too really good at anything, for more like a ceremonial thing, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
This is where the good stuff is. And with that, they take out a large box where they just blow a bunch of dust off, like dusting it off properly. And from their chest, you can see they pull out like a little key, because you can see like there's like a little necklace they have. Pull out a key and they unlock it. And inside of it are these two large gloves that have like several plates around the knuckles, and have like these metal pieces that go up the forearm and lock around like the base of the forearm. See, I didn't really use weapons. I've always been good with my fists. And he puts them on just to show you what they look like on his hands. Make his hands look a lot bulkier than normal.
Appears it runs in the family.
I guess you can say that. I've always loved using my hands. And if I was given two hands to do good, then I'm always going to use those two hands to do good. So I got these custom made. Made of grit, actually. The dwarven stuff. This can be trampled by the whale and still work just as well.
Who made?
Who made them? Well, you're looking at them. Made them myself. Made them when I was around maybe 20, just 2 decades old.
Wow. Really
At the
cool.
oldest time. All the way till I retired.
Why did you retire?
You see, kiddo, there are some things in life that are just more important. To me, it was family. And it would have broken Sorcerer's heart to see me get hurt if I kept going on the field. I could adventure all I want, but last thing I want to do is hurt their little hearts.
You made the right choice. I will say those things do look mighty strong on you.
And yes, they were. Got me through lots of tough times. You believe these are the gloves I used to pry open that hydra off my body?
Wow,
Very same gloves.
that's crazy.
You just take a moment to realize his fucking forearms are massive. I think he's got thick ass forearms, dude. Grip strength's insane.
Yep, man's is huge.
You know, kid always took up magic. I was really hoping one day they'd take up good old 1-2 with their fist, like, you know, their old pops did. Wanted to pass it down to them one day. He kind of unlocks them and takes them off and put them back in the box. One day they'll find a good home. He closes back up and Locks it.
Sure they will.
One day. Give them to you if you didn't have wings.
It's a little interesting to say the least.
You know what? He takes the dot box, presses his chest, give it one last hug. You take him. Find him a good home.
Yeah, of course.
Do
Anything for you.
do
boss.
do a lot better than just collect dust with me over here. At least over there out in the field, I'll bet you'll find someone worthy of them.
Yeah. What do you use if you ever need them?
Oh, don't worry. I don't need grit gloves to be able to tussle. I got these, and he picks up his fists. As long as I got my 2 arms, I can do anything.
I wish I had met you sooner.
You know, sometimes things just happen at the right time. Maybe now was the right time. All right. Time for you to get going. Adventure awaits you. And you know, this is a parting gift, Chris. So you can keep me around wherever you go. He takes a sash and ceremonially takes these very strange large scissors. Seems they're very ornamental, but they're very like fancy looking. I feel like they're used for a special event. He cuts a piece of his sash and he gives it to you. It's tradition in Stormvale that from captain to captain they give a bit of their sash, and who says we can't change tradition a little?
Thanks, Pop. I'll be back
Gives-
soon.
He like stops you mid sentence, just gives you a big hug. Hugs you tight. Pulls away for a second, says, "Make good on your promise. Come back to me, all right? All right."
Yeah. You know, I'm always good for promises.
Huh? Like, are you all right? You crying?
Maybe. Shut up.
It's okay, okay. With that, you guys head out of his office, and you guys start heading to the living room where Maribel is standing with a fresh new haircut, nicely polished horns again. What seems to be a nice new set of armor too.
What does the haircut look like?
Look for it. Look for yourself. Maribel, how you feeling?
Get spiffy, champ.
I feel like all the fucking weight has come off my shoulders. I didn't realize how badly my horns needed to be trimmed.
Yeah, no, you look great.
Thank you, thank you.
You see, what's it called? Mom, a tea leaf standing on a chair to stand right next to Maribel, like all proud, like, look at him. Look how good they came out. Nice new fresh do.
I did that.
Nice. I did all that. Nice, good hair. It's all good.
Yeah, looks great.
Now just imagine if you got a haircut too, Freyr.
I can't get haircuts. Take dust baths.
Wink, wink, wonk, wonk. You take dust bath?
Bird. Take dust baths
Isn't
on
that-
the road, and then
Isn't that what
water
chinchilla?
baths in the. It's a trade of small birds as well, Jack.
Let's do? My bad.
Ain't no bickering between you two. You're in your old folks' place.
Yeah, it's sorry.
You don't swear in this
Alright, Mom.
house. That's better.
I flip her ear off behind my back, so mom doesn't see.
I will say, it's been a long time since Mama Tea Leaf has polished horns. Because back in the day, she used to do it for Jura. She'd come by once a month to get her horns fixed up. So she's proud that she's still got the knack for it. So
I'm subconsciously playing with the tips of my horns, just like they feel so nice.
so nice.
Like
And,
shiny.
And
Me
with
shiny.
that, what was it called? I will say that as you guys are continuing to bicker, you can see Maltuli drops down to go pick up Ricky. He's put him on the table. Is currently polishing Ricky, giving him a new nice coat and shine. Finally a bit
It'd be
his,
really
his
funny if
teeth.
he gurgles.
Like a little gurgle sound.
A little gurgle sound because it's scratching the right spots.
Can we make it canon that the reason why he's not talking is because if he talks, the goblin is gonna crawl out?
Do you agree to that, Ricky?
Yeah, I believe Ricky will need to let the Stockholm syndrome sink in a little bit. So when he talks again, he knows that Peppy is not gonna come out.
Wait. Yes? No? What do you mean yes? No? Wait. As long as you don't talk, Peppy never comes out. Wait, what did you say again? What you said, Jay?
About Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, I'm saying that, okay, let's make it so Ricky's not talking. He needs to let Peppy and Stockholm syndrome become one. And he's gonna talk again when he knows Peppy will not run away.
Okay. Then eventually Peppy just becomes the hand that just passes him random things. Like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he said, secretary.
Secretary Peppy. I like that. All right, with a nice new polished shine and all of you guys nice and suited up, I will tell you, when your drawing is done, you will have a new set of clothing. A lot more similar to the halflings that wear their style of clothing in the village.
If I cry again, don't laugh.
No, I'm not laughing. I think it's.
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
I'm gonna tease the shit out of you.
Sadly, we didn't have because I wanted to introduce different ways of how everyone did it, but we didn't have all the drawings ready, so we'll have to do it little by little.
Well, can I have mine? And
Yeah,
can,
I'd
can
say.
Ellie and I have ours?
Yeah, I
for,
think Ellie and
later?
Ajax could definitely have theirs once they're leaving. So I'll have to have Ricky get up again to do that. Okay.
And make him wake up.
You guys prepare yourselves and are now heading towards Oshido. I will say. Oh, they don't have to get up. Never mind. While you guys are finalizing everything, let's move over to Ellie and Ajax. We've been talking this whole time, bringing each other up to speed in the last 2 years. I'd say it's safe to say you guys now know basically everything you need, everything you know about each other, unless there's stuff you want to vocalize and mention.
I think Ajax probably has some things to mention, correct? Right?
Yes. I guess let's make it that they already went through the most important points of what each of them has been up to the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I want to take a wild assumption saying that maybe Ajax spoke first about what he went through. Kind of
Before you
summing it
say,
up.
can I just go pee real quick?
Yeah, go pee.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss,
Piss
girl.
Go piss,
Go piss, girl.
queen.
Oh man, that hit like a ton of bricks. Let me tell you.
What?
Having a day.
Having a dad.
Yeah.
No, because I think I noticed a snifflet, and Sailor was just like, go with it, and I just said, hey, is Michael crying?
Yeah, I cried in real life.
Aww.
ain't got
Did
no
you
shame in it.
actually?
Yes, I did. You.
Oh
stupid-
my god!
No, that's what I'm saying. That's so cute.
I'm telling you, D&D heals the internal wounds, okay? It heals the internal wounds.
We
if
still
you
have a
allow it.
couple people that have not cried.
The nail in the coffin was the sash. It was the nail in the coffin.
You're muted, love.
Here,
I
give you
loved
a bit
getting
of
a piggyback
sash.
ride.
Oh yes, the piggyback ride, because Kit, as a very, very little kid, said, it's a rule that anytime we talk, you have to bring me back on the piggyback ride, because I'll be too tired from being sad to walk. And they're like,
You know what
"Ah,
I'm gonna do
okay."
when Kike
That sounds
uploads?
right.
Kit would say though.
You wanna know what I'm
Sounds
gonna do when Kike uploads this thing in YouTube? I'm gonna reply that comment saying the session that heals everyone's daddy issue.
I think Rue knows that my daddy issues aren't fixed just yet.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Not even close.
This
Not
is
even
a
close.
first good step.
It is a massive
Mm.
I'm
step.
sorry, I
I
love
just
how
need
the
Jingwon and then
avatar-
I'm fixed.
I love how the avatar looks so happy.
Okay.
Yeah. While Ajax
Oh, yeah,
and
sorry.
Elliot are talking now, I don't think Elliot would have brought up the whole vampire thing. I think she would have just been like very avoidant.
Then why do you tell me about the 2 years you were missing?
that I've been studying?
Oh, okay.
Studying about humans and what Memphis had in his office. Making my own notes about it. That kind of stuff.
Okay, then let's get the dirty laundry out, shall we?
Yeah.
So going back to it, like they kind of just talk like overview of what they both been up to. I'm assuming Elliot is still like in bed after being knocked out. And I guess Ajax just kind of grabs her purse. He puts everything back in the purse, but grabs it and just gives it back to Elliot. Just looking at her like, "Do you want to explain what is inside here?"
She kind of slowly takes it from you. What do you mean, explain what's inside? Did you look in my bag?
I'm not very proud of it, but I did.
Why?
Or you can do it. Ricky, do you see my message? Continue.
Why did you? Why?
I'm sorry. That I guess I was just anxious and scared. I didn't know anything about you for 2 years.
You didn't think I would just tell you? You had to snoop in my bag?
I know. I shouldn't have. But I also feel like you're lifting out a lot of what happened.
Okay. Well, then you tell me. What did you find, Ajax?
I found your notebook and I read one of the pages.
As you say that, her face, like, what little color is already in it, just already.
You can get
goes away
flushed
again.
right now because you're nicely fed, so you can get a little more flush now.
Mhm.
And I saw the two guys. And I know what they are.
So you know them.
I mean, just when I saw you again for the first time, I was worried that something happened to you while you were in the cellar. Your eyes, your skin got, your hair is different.
Yeah, I knew I wouldn't exactly be able to hide it, but I thought I'd be able to tell you myself. That letter wasn't for you to read.
I know, and I'm sorry. I was just acting under pressure, under anxiety, and these dumb ideas of what has been of you of past 2 years.
I assume I'm like sitting on the bed or something like that. So I'm just gonna stand up, kind of put a little bit more distance between me and Ajax, lean on the wall. So, guess if we're being nosy, then where did you go earlier?
He kind of looks like it's like a little bit more nervous, clenching his hands. He just like waits a moment and then looks at Elliot. I met up with Calico. He shop.
You saw Calico?
Yes.
Calico. She just looks very lost in thought at the mention of Calico's name. What did he say?
They haven't changed their mind about what they think they did was right. They are messy. There's a lot of scars in their face. Just look like the life is being sucked out of them. And just because I want to come out clean completely. This is the first time we meet, but this is the second time he has requested a meeting.
I'm still just trying to wrap my head around why you would even go to see him.
I'm still worried about him.
Why? He attacked us, Ajax. Why are you worried about him? There's nothing you could tell me that would make me feel the least bit sorry for him. He made his choice. He attacked us. You know, if he would have just helped us, maybe things would be so different right now. We wouldn't be having this conversation in this room. I wouldn't look like this. It just lowers her head. It stops talking.
Look, I know that probably my reasons was not for you to understand, and you don't have to. I'm not gonna force you to see things the way I do. But just as I was worried about you, I was worried about him.
You're right. I don't get it. I don't think I could ever understand why you would feel bad for him, but that's besides the point. I talked to Gail before I came to see you, and we need to go see the others. We need to find them.
Yes, I have noticed of them heading to Oshido, so probably that's where we should go.
Okay.
I'm just very sorry about how things went, and I know that probably I need to do more than apologize. But just, before we get ready and just go out, I want to give you one more thing.
Okay. What's that?
Ajax just walks to his closet and from like a very well put like little chest, he pulls out Memphis cloak. I didn't have the chance to give this to you earlier, but I think it's rightfully yours. Just like hands it over.
I think before grabs it, she just stares at it. Her eyes welling up with tears a little bit. And very, very softly pulls it from your hands. And just like holds it to her chest. Thank you. Ajax?
I will leave you to sleep. I'll just go to one of the other rooms and I'll notify Waterfeld about our departure and get everything ready.
Okay. And I'm gonna just kind of fling the cloak around my back. Take my green one off and clip Memphis's cloak to me with my little sundial pin. Right. Can I also like message Gale real quick?
Yep, go for it.
I'm just gonna make it real short and sweet. Hey, yeah. Let the others know we're coming. Okay? If you don't mind.
You don't hear anything back, but you do know that your message is received. Can I have you both roll for perception real quick?
Yeah.
It's my boy around. Oh, fuck.
17.
Después 9 plus 5, that's 14.
Okay, and what do you get, Elliot? Again?
17.
So, as you guys like start to prepare, you guys are probably like, we're sitting near the bed as you guys were talking. In between both of you, a small rag drops. Yeah, in between you. And as you look up to see where the rag comes from, you see Celtis frozen. As that was the rag he was using to polish his gun. And he reels back to because he's sitting on the sill. Sorry, did I interrupt something?
I thought I told you this was gonna be a private conversation.
I know, but the general told me to return to my post. And I have to listen to his order.
Tell the general I want to meet him later. I need to speak to him about something.
I can definitely let him know. As you see him kind of jump from the windowsill back to the ground. But it's odd, it's like his footsteps are so quiet. You'd expect a thump like Dunamis when he lands, but no, it's just like a feather. And his steps are equally as quiet. As he leaves the room and just looks at you, Ajax. I'm sorry. He leaves. And a couple of moments pass, minutes. And you get a knock on your door, Ajax. It's probably in like 15 minutes.
But like I'm in another room because Elliot,
Hmm?
kind of like by themselves.
Oh, you want to leave Elliot by themselves? So you leave the room?
Yeah, I told Elliot like, hey, I'm gonna give you some space, but have the cloak. I'm gonna go to another room.
Okay. So I'd say as you leave, Celtis is probably instead, as he left the room as well, he's probably waiting. He was probably waiting for you, and is taking you over to the general. And as you guys are walking over there, he kind of like, you can see him like awkwardly fidgeting with his fingers, kind of like picking at the scales on his hands.
Cool.
Celtis, he's
Oh,
like,
alright. Okay, yeah.
and he doesn't look at you, but he says, "I'm sorry again. I was just following orders."
I know it's not your fault, but I'm gonna talk to Waterfeld about.
Please don't be mad.
I'm mad that
You guys arrive to the general's office.
Question.
Yes.
May I quietly trail behind them?
May I follow, sir?
Yeah, just roll stealth for me. I will tell you. Better roll really, really fucking high.
Hissing my dice right now, okay?
Because I want to...
Question.
Yes.
Do they get advantage because of the cloak?
Cloak doesn't give advantage. They can hide in
Just
shadows.
hide in shadows.
But I don't think Elliot knows that yet.
Yeah, I don't think I know it yet.
I was trying to confirm, okay?
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
God damn it.
I will tell you guys a reminder of when for years running from this man. For a year, I believe rolled a 30 something. Am I correct?
I rolled like a 32 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, we had passed without trace, and we were still.
And he still saw you. So, Celta still knows you're trailing them. Ajax does not, but he's just choosing not to say anything about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, dragon, that knocked me over
Ajax
earlier.
Following.
So, you reach to the general's office where he's sitting there. His hat is on the table, and he seems to be just diligently signing on papers. Seems to be doing Ida's job since Ida's no longer present. And Waterfowl's never been good with paper, so you see him kind of like a little frustrated, like shit.
I imagine a big ass hand holding the tiniest of
Yes, it's like shit. Okay, this is how to do all of this. How does Ida do all of this shit? Yes.
I
But
kind of like wanna knock on the door.
And he doesn't look up yet. He's like, "Boys, I'm busy right now. I'm trying to do this dirty work."
It's not one of your boys, Waterfeld.
Oh, you can see him take off like a small pair of glasses. Forgive me, Prince. What can I do?
I need to discuss with you a couple of arrangements for a trip.
But of course, yes. You feel ready to leave the castle walls now, I assume.
Yes, I think that my training has led me to gain the skills necessary to be on my own.
Okay. That's understood. We can definitely get to it. There's just a couple of things we need to discuss first.
Yes, of course. I will need the necessary supplies for a trip from Ixton to Oshido. And there is something else I want to talk to you about regarding the security around.
Is there a problem with the security? If one of my boys are giving you trouble.
It's not exactly your voice, it's your orders.
He puts his hands together and he looks at you, kind of leaning into the table. And what is exactly wrong with my order, sire?
Two situations happened today. One of them, one of your boys attacked my sister.
I assume that is the vampire who's standing next to you.
Wait, what?
You
What?
don't have to be hiding, little miss. If you're with the prince, then I'll respect his wishes. Celtis kind of like looks at Elliot as well, and like just turns their head, pretending like they definitely didn't know that they were there.
I'm just gonna quietly walk into the room.
Okay. Yes. This little lady next to me is my sister. And just as you treat me with care, you will do the same for her.
Understood.
No intruder should be brought to me unconscious.
Well, I'd like to preface something. I understand that there are certain things that you don't like how we handle. But please understand that some of these things we do in your best interest. For example, to us and to our knowledge, we didn't know that the little miss here was one of your associates. This could have been some kind of magic caster who most likely has some kind of, who knows, psychic magic. And who knows what unspeakable things it could do to you without even whispering a word. My boys just ensure that when we capture someone, of course, respecting your wishes of not using lethal force, we ensure that there's no possible threats to you in that current moment. You see, we don't struggle with these issues. See those helmets they wear? There's a reason my boys don't take off those helmets. But you, sir, you don't have those kinds of helmets. You don't have that armor. Hell, you don't even have that level of magic just yet. All we want to do is ensure that you are safe as the next reigning king of this kingdom.
If you want to secure my reign in the most safe way possible, if word spreads out about how I allegedly handle intruders in the castle, that wouldn't really change the image of the Crown of England, would it? I appreciate the worry and the concern about my security, but I would rather stand on my point. If there's an intruder, you're authorized to stop him, but you're not authorized to turn them unconscious. If my life was to be at risk, there's protocols for that. Your boys know the escape routes, and I'm pretty sure they could snatch me out of any burglar's hand.
The problem isn't about you being stolen. The problem is if something fucks with your head. I don't want you going crazy like the last king did.
I understand, but I will appreciate if you swallow my orders in this matter. If I see them necessary to be changed, we will discuss that at the moment. But for now, I don't want people thinking that someone getting in my castle will get them dead.
As you wish, Your Highness.
And talking about that same matter, I asked Satis to leave me alone for a couple minutes to have a private conversation with my sister, and I just find them in the ceiling, spying on that conversation that was supposed to remain private. They can perfectly guard me at the outside of the room.
That is my fault then, my liege. I wasn't specific enough. I promise it won't happen again.
And lastly,
Hold on.
Any of these things are not their mistake. They're following your orders over my command. So
But
they're
of
not to
course,
be punished.
like I said, that was my lack of specificity, if you fine folks say.
Alright, with that said, I hope you can help me with the preparations for the trip, and please make sure that we leave at night. Now, in my new sisters, accommodations will be your top priority, and we hopefully want to travel at night.
Well, you heard them, Celotis. Start getting the preparations. You leave with them at mid when sun sets. Celotis just nods his head down and leaves the room. Of course, you're not leaving here without one of the boys to protect you.
Yes, I'm sure that will be.
I'm glad we can see eye to eye there.
I will consistently be sending letters to the castle to keep you updated on my status, and if anything surges that I need to take care of, I hope you respond with that as well.
But of course,
Yeah, I think that would be all, and I expect a report tomorrow morning.
as you wish.
It just kind of like turns around and tries to lead Elliot outside of that office.
Okay, before Elliot leaves, two things actually.
Mhm.
Can I do an insight check on Waterfell
Yeah, sure.
just to see if he's being like genuine when talking to Ajax like this?
You know,
Insight check.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't inciting shit. 8.
8.
I give you. Can I give them my little fairy for that role?
You can tell that
can-
Waterfowl was speaking English.
Oh my god.
You can see
Do I
water.
have advantage now?
Words.
You can
Because
definitely
of
tell
the
they're
cat?
speaking the same language. Yeah, if you can. If that's what Ajax wants to do, give you advantage.
Yeah,
for
like
that.
I wanna. Because like the little cat is with me, so if they're also like, I'm assuming they're also intended to protect
Hey,
me.
that helped. 15.
Yippee!
You can't quite tell if they're lying, but at least you think they're being honest.
Damn. Okay. Another thing. The other thing I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of take a step closer to Waterfowl.
Is there a problem, little miss?
You called me a vampire when I entered the room. How do you know that? Or was that just from your quote-unquote boy snooping?
Oh, my boys don't report to me those kinds of things. They just keep their own eyes, and I trust that they tell me what they need to tell me. But that wasn't from Celotis, if that's what you're worried about.
Okay, then where was it from? What do you know about my kind?
Well, simple. Old King used to make me hunt them. With a soft smile he gives you as he kind of slightly squints his eyes and smiles.
I'm gonna hold eye contact with him. Hunt them.
Long eye contact.
Why?
I didn't question the work from the Old King, I just did it. What the crown wants, what the crown wants.
How many did you kill?
Tough to say, tough to say. I think I've hunted down a total of 8 families. Why are you so interested in what I used to do, little miss?
No reason. And I'm gonna
Well, I'm being awfully
turn
kind,
towards the
giving you
door.
all sorts of information.
Return towards
Hold
the
on.
door.
I'm being awfully kind to give you all sorts of information, but you seem to not give a single drop. Not even a spot of whiskey for this dry gullet. What do you want? And why the hell did you come here to the castle?
Ajax is my brother. Here to be with him. Nothing
That's
else.
all you want? He leans in closer in the table. Is that all you want?
It's all that's important.
Let me give you a word of advice. Either you come in telling everyone exactly what you want, or don't come at all. It's not good to keep secrets, little miss. With that, you can see him put back on the little glasses that he was wearing earlier and continues to pick up the pen and continues to write.
These secrets aren't mine to keep. Wouldn't be right for me to tell them.
He doesn't say anything to that. He lets you be on your way.
I'm just gonna glare at him and then walk out of the room. I don't like that guy.
Roll. Alright.
As you guys leave the room and the door finally shuts properly, Morfell takes a moment to stand, takes off his glasses, puts his hands on the edge of the table and grips, breaking the frame and throwing it, shattering against the wall.
Wouldn't we hear that?
No, you guys don't hear anything.
Oh fuck.
Damn arrogant police! Tell me how to run my shit! And he starts kicking at the walls, breaking shelves, and just overall causing mayhems. Tell me how to order my things! That you can see him kind of wipe his face a little, takes his water skin and pours water on his face. So you can see as the water drips on his face, it like kind of steams off. Patience, waterfowl. Patience, water. He sits back in his chair with his office amuck. And with that, I think with that we end today's session. So, we all had a lot of fun today. I will see you guys next week.
Yippee!
That was a great session.
Everybody, again, Daddy's issues getting repaired.
Daddy's issues getting healed.
Can I put in a request of how we start off next session?
Text me privately.
Yeah. Well,
Always has so
it's not-
quiet.
it's not really surprising. It was more just like starting off with, oh my god, what is the word? Aurelia reading the notes, since we do have to go into that.
Yep. No, don't worry. Don't, as I'm saying, don't worry. Hold. Though you gotta let me cook. You gotta let me cook. Don't worry.
Right,
We're
you're
all getting
right.
to all those things.
Let the woman cook.
All right. You guys, I don't understand. The people on Inns's Rest are ready to start the mission. I don't have the other half ready to start their mission. I'm trying to get them set up to start the mission so that you guys can simultaneously start everything.
That makes sense.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Gotta let
We all
me
have
cook.
to
You
I gotta let you cook. I'm so
Shit.
sorry.
It's a big brain.
Yeah.
Big
Also,
brain,
I-
big names, bro.
Remember how I still remember like it didn't happen like 5 minutes ago. like within the request that Ajax made for like the trip, can we be
Mhm.
given a little carriage so we can move during the day, like so Elliot is covered?
Yeah. I will tell you, Celtis doesn't travel with you guys, like in the thing. Celtis is a marksman, so he's constantly like far away from you guys, but always like an advantage point to be able to like shoot.
Okay. Interesting.
So you'll see him more like roaming around in like large trees and like just in general more in like the field. Plus he doesn't like traveling without his horse.
Oh, he has his own horse.
He has a horsey.
There's a reason they're called the horsemen.
Well,
right. You get it? Because they ride
Is
horses.
Get it? Because they ride horses.
They're cowboys.
Actually, Dunamis rides a chariot.
Oh.
And he has
Okay, big man.
he has two large bicorns that carry him.
That's so cool.
Have you seen the bicorns are the opposite of unicorns. They're
He's a bicorn boy.
Where he rides down like a giant chariot with two ice bicorns that carry him around.
Yeah, like that was my only request, to make like a carriage with the supplies and everything, and it's like a little cover so we can move during the day.
No, it's a
burn to a
it's a regular chariot, but they're only going to take you to the station. There's no reason for you to take you more than that.
Oh, I thought we were just traveling by ourselves.
No, they're probably going to take you to the station, unless you guys want to travel by yourselves.
What do you
say? The open world. Do you want to face adventure, or do you want to go the easy way?
I mean, I don't really. It would take much longer if we were to go the long way, no, by ourselves.
True.
Very, very.
Might as well.
There's only two of us.
And might as well.
A
milk
rogue.
The privilege of
a rogue
being
and a druid.
A royal.
Traveling by themselves. I don't know if that's a
might
good
as well
idea.
milk the privilege.
Well, you're not necessarily alone. You do have one of the horsemen following you behind.
Still, I don't think Elliot does that.
This is just so you know. While Celetis is traveling with you, every turn you have, as long as you call, you call for it, like AK, you just point in a direction. Celetis will shoot at the direction, one shot per turn.
You tell me I have a familiar and a dragon boy doing whatever I want.
No, you just have to point in the direction he'll shoot because he's a marksman. You point at, tell him where to shoot, he shoots.
Call it his target.
Yippee.